crank it up on them B-boy style. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, old boy. This is the official Hustlers anthem. You getting money? Throw it in the air.
Yo! Good morning, good morning, good morning. You got voicemail coming to you live on Magnificent Monday. We had to take a whole week to get the game on point so we can speak and rap with you and get you right. Hold up, looking so smooth, so chic. Yo, we got some great stuff to talk about today. As of course, my goodness, my gracious, so many great football games going on in football places. We gonna put you on point and let you know what's going on throughout the rest of the week. It's Magnificent Monday. We're not going to beat you over the head with scores. Everybody still got a lot of fresh memories in their mind. We want that to resonate, but we getting ready to take it to a whole nother level. And look, hey, Sue, hey, Sue, I put these on. I say, hold up, I got my, that thing look like some old K-Slate joints. Look. You know what I'm saying? It's going on. We got a serious topic we're going to touch bases on. As I saw this disturbing post that popped up under one of the, when the legend speaks on something, you got to find out a lot more about it. We're going to rap with my man, Coach Cal Montgomery. There you go. Let's get ready to rap with some of the best, man. We got some big stuff taking place. But before we get into that, got to call out our sponsors. Definitely give man love where love is due. Champion Drive Transportation. A lot of teams moving around, whether you going up top to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, maybe you going, to the Gridiron Heart All-Star games taking place Thanksgiving weekend. Maybe you going down south. You're going to take that trip for FBU to Naples. Maybe you're going to turn around and take that trip and slide into, the 7U championships taking place in North Carolina. Maybe you going to Battleground. Maybe you think about going to AAU National Championships. Maybe you think about going to Gladiator National Championships. A lot of great football games and places going in all over the place. Yeah, that's right. I know my man James Davis probably got the BCS getting ready to crank up real serious. You have to get yourself there the right way. Champion Drive Transportation to get you there. Whether you need an 8 passenger, 16 passenger, 32, or the 55 passenger bus with the screens on it, get you a little bit of that Madden face of the franchise mode in your life. Get your team there like a champion. Go to championdrivetransportation.com or give them a call today at 301-237-8361. Let's go ahead and talk to my first guest. Where Coach Cal at? Oh, you got to accept the invite, Coach. Back out and come back. I got to accept you in, Coach. Got to accept you in. There you go. Back out from watching it, then come right back in, and it's going to give you an option to join. You just push that button in the bottom, and we're going to make it happen. Yo. Also, proudly brought to you by nobody else, nobody works harder than my man Ferron Carter. Dynamic Specialized Performance. That's dynamicsp.net to the rest of the Voice Sports universe. If you're in the DMV and you want to work on your core strength, core speed, your burst out of your three-point stand, maybe your ability to come and turn your hips and utilize it to your best advantage as a receiver, you want to give it a physical trainer that will specify a training regimen just to get the best out of you. Hey, nobody does it quite like Dynamic Specialized Performance. My man has been doing it for a minute. Give Ferron a call at 443-306-7016 today. I think I want to stick with the same thing. You know, I like to kick it with the people, you dig? Let's see if we got my man back in here. You get Coach Cal back? Oh yeah, we got to get down to business. That's right. Let's get down to the proceeds this evening, if you shall. Man, if you are rocking with us, I missed you guys, man. A lot of stuff we can ready to run down. Speaker's going to bring you up to speed. My goodness, I got you, Coach. We get ready to rock. This weekend is going to be bananas. You know what Marsh Park is? Get used to it, because Saturday is going to be bananas as the Bowie Bulldogs will be doing their homecoming festivities. Voice Sports will be there all day Saturday. Then we go. Hold on. let's go. Let's jump to the meat and the potatoes right here. Coach,
Hey, how you doing, my friend?
I cannot complain. Boy, you look like you're 17 again, man. Come on, let me check your driver's license. I card you, man.
Nah, not with this double chin I'm sporting here, man. You know.
That's a good look on the lineman, man. How you feeling today?
Man, I wish I was coming with, on a little better circumstances this morning, but I got something serious I'm dealing with down here, with these young men down here at St. Augustine University in Raleigh.
Oh wow. I saw some of it, but for those people who didn't see it at home, talk to us a little bit about it. Let's get the word out, man.
All right. Well, first of all, let me just start off with, St. Augustine is a small HBCU down in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's a D2 school. That's where my son, CJ, attended. He's in his senior year. He's on time to graduate. So he's been a 3-year starter down there. But the program, traditionally has struggled. Okay. We understand that. The program, don't have a lot of funds, and they send these kids out for blood money games every year against teams like A&T, North Carolina A&T, and Jacksonville State, and but they don't really kick that money back to the football program.
Right.
So what we settle for that. We understood that, and my son was down there to get his degree, and that's what he's going to get. But everybody wants to be able to at least compete. So Coach Chavis and his staff, they went out last year and had a good recruiting year, and brought in a bunch of transfers. I mean, these dudes are some grown men. NCAA wise, they're eligible. But Coach George Williams, who is the athletic director down there, and the legendary track coach, he's got 30 something straight years of winning the CIAA, multiple national D2 championships. So down there, this guy can't do nothing wrong, and a lot of people are afraid of him, but he's running to the right guy, because I'm not afraid of no one but God. So
No, that's
so this is the situation. In May, the compliance officer left. They didn't replace the compliance officer. There was no compliance officer on campus from May to August to help these transfers come in and get their paperwork straight so they could be eligible.
I was about to say, without a compliance officer, that would be that'd be very hard to do.
Absolutely. So this is where I'm going. I mean, it really gets, you usually say the story gets better. This story gets worse. Okay. So he brings a compliance officer on at the beginning of August, but she's really not a compliance officer. She's an ex-athlete, which I don't mind that. But bring somebody.
Right.
She's one of his ex-players. But bring somebody in that's qualified. So.
Right.
These young men are on campus practicing, taking reps all August. And 48 hours before the first game, they get a phone call saying that, and it was about 20 of them, that they weren't eligible to play. Because
problem.
Right. And listen, and most of them are starters. Okay? Now, 48 hours before they get on the bus to go to Lenoir-Rhyne. Lenoir-Rhyne is nationally ranked, D2. So they got to go down there with basically a skeleton crew and a bunch of subs.
Right.
They go down there and get beat 68-7. I mean, it's not pretty, okay?
Right.
But let me backtrack just a little bit to George Williams. The compliance officer is his responsibility to hire. Okay.
Right.
But the beginning of August, I think around August 4th, he fires the strength and conditioning coach. and doesn't replace him with anyone, and puts locks on the weight room. So these young men has not lifted since they've been there on campus.
How can
Okay?
they compete if they don't have adequate work?
Listen, it's a thing where he wants him and the head coach don't get along. He wants the board of directors to fire the head coach, and this is his way of doing it. Okay, but he's sabotaging these young men's season. Okay, now
That's an understatement, especially when you got a senior like CJ up that joint.
right, and you have other seniors. You know, CJ is just my kid. You know what I mean? But you have other seniors. Some of these transfers that came in are seniors. This is their last run, and their eligibility is going out the window. So last week, I sent an email to the liaison for the board of directors. She got things moving a little bit. I get a call Monday from the interim president. His name is Gaddis Falcon. Okay.
Right.
He you know, listen, man. I went to Morgan State University in the 80s at some of our darkest days, and I've dealt with men just like them. So I know it when I see it. So
Right.
you can't double talk me. You can't talk me from not taking action. Okay? You can't talk me into not taking action. So he gets on the phone.
You probably get phone calls as we speak. We need to get.
We good? Can you? I'm still on.
Yeah, you good. You good, coach.
Okay.
It just lagged a little bit.
Yeah. And he didn't know the details and all this. But well, in the meantime, you know, I find out later on that he's lying through his teeth. Okay, because the head coach has sent him email after email, tried to get meetings with him, and he just wouldn't accept it. He's one of George Williams' biggest fans, is what I found out. So,
Oh man.
so we don't have, the kids can't lift, they can't get into the weight room. You know, things got moving a little bit where this compliance. I'm sorry.
How could they practice if they don't have access to any of those things?
Well, they're practicing, you know, they go out there and practice, man. They're practicing just like a youth team, you know what I mean? They're going out there and practice, and they don't have, you know, they never had a locker room down there. They never had none of that stuff. You know, I donate mouthpieces to them every year. You know, that's what I'm talking about. They would go down to places like A&T or North Carolina Central, get paid $30,000-$40,000, but you know, the kids still got to buy their own T-shirts and shorts to practice in, girdles to wear, all that kind of stuff. Okay, I mean, hey, we settle for that, but I'm not selling for these guys to just sabotage the season and take players off the field because he's in an ego contest with the head coach. Now, believe me, I'm not on here advocating for the head coach. Listen, I just want the man to have all the tools that he needs to go into battle every week. Okay?
Right.
So and I'm concerned my main priority is these young men. All right.
Right.
My son and the other young men that's on this football team, me and my wife have traveled for 4 years, countless hours up and down the road supporting this football program, supporting this university, spending thousands of dollars, you know, in travel and expense to be everywhere, you know, that this team is. Okay.
Right.
So we go down there. They get things moving this week because I emailed the liaison of the board. Then I get a report to say, you know, she's working on some kids. 9 of the kids should have been eligible last Saturday. Then another 9 or 10 would have been eligible for this week as they're coming up here to Bowie. Well, find out that this incompetent compliance officer that he hired submitted the paperwork wrong. Instead of submitting the paperwork to the NCAA saying that they were transfers, she submitted the paperwork saying that they were freshmen.
Huh?
Right. So he gets another call while they're doing walkthrough on Friday. to get ready to play Virginia State down there, saying that a number of these guys can't play again this week. So me and my wife, we get down there because I got a message from the coach, and I talked to him going the way down. You know, we get down there, and George Williams is being a coward. He's nowhere to be found because I'm looking to confront this man face to face. Okay, because that's how I do things. I'm not gonna sit here and send back emails. When you lie to me, you're gonna lie to me in my face this time, you know. But I had the opportunity as I'm, because CJ's grandmother came down, and I'm taking care of her, making sure she can get in.
Right.
Oh, I ran into the president. Okay.
Right.
So I pull the president up and his lovely wife, and I asked him, what is going on down here? And, it's been almost a week and I haven't heard from you. So, well, he got a little snippy with me saying, I told you I would get back to you when the investigation's finished. I said, let me tell you something, my man. I'm going to tell you about some facts that I know. The facts that I know is that you know everything. That you're one of George Williams' guys. That Coach Chavis has sent you, copied you on every email that he sent everyone else. So you know all the facts.
Right.
I said, and now, I'm going to take it to another level. I've contacted every news outlet in Raleigh that I know of. I've got parents. I'm contacting parents because these parents, they don't know, what's going on with their kid. All they know is that the kid is not playing every week. You know what I mean? So somebody had to step up and be a voice.
That's crazy though, Coach. In this capacity, you're not only talking about those seniors who this is their last year eligibility. You got some of those kids that may be all freshmen or may be sophomores. This is their college career, and if they're not getting a fair shot at it, and the school is still going to collect money as normal, something has to be done or something has to be said because this is impeding their ability to really enjoy it and fulfill it. That's crazy right there.
Right.
Folks, what you say the president's name was? Who can we write or contact and just blow his phone and just let him know, hey, look, bro.
Absolutely. So the president's name is Dr. Gaddis Falcon. Okay.
Right.
His phone number is 919-691-0465. Okay. He doesn't have an email. He doesn't have an email listed. But the other contact I do want to share on here today is Sharon Lazier. Okay. Sharon Lazier is the liaison to the board of directors down there. She the one that got things moving. Okay. So she doesn't have a phone number listed, but this is her email. It's SGLAISURE at saint-st-aug.edu. Now, when I get off of here, I'll type that in so everyone can see it.
Yeah, definitely want people to see it. But
Yeah,
I really want the people that's watching at home to get in contact with these people and let them know, man, this is really impeding on these students' opportunity to do what they doing in college, man. And for some seniors, if they had professional aspirations, you really taking it from up, you just pulling the carpet from underneath them like.
So here's a couple other things, and I want to share with you guys that they're down there humiliating these young men. Until I got involved, the compliance director was kicking these young men out of her office on the direction of George Williams. Okay, so this man is not doing his job really for no one but track. He's a track guy, okay? So, and this is a fact that he goes into, because he controls her, he goes into her office because the cross-country team was not compliant. He goes into her office and tell her to drop everything she's doing with football and get the cross-country team compliant because they had missed a meet the week before. So they're not doing their job for anyone. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't have nothing against cross-country. Student athletes as well. They need to be taken care of, but you need to take care of the moneymaker in your program first. Okay, your football
Right.
program carries the rest of your program. Everybody knows that. Whether they're winning or they're losing, they go every year, take these blood money games, bring that money back in, and they spread that money around to the rest of the program. And the football team is suffering for it down there. And these guys are just crooked. They're not doing the things they're supposed to do with that money. They're not taking care of these student athletes down there. And it's just a sad situation. Before they left to go down to Mars Hill in week 2, you got officials standing outside of the bus sending athletes back to their dorm room because they're saying you can't go, you're not eligible. You are down there humiliating these young men. That is unacceptable. It is unacceptable on any level. Last week,
we already well into September, going into October. How is it this far behind?
Absolutely, my friend, and that's the question that no one is answering. But we know the answer to that. We know the answer. The answer is you're not doing your job. You're not taking care of business the way you're supposed to. You're not taking care of our kids. You're not. When you send your coaches out here and your coaches are saying that please come to say no, we're going to take care of your sons and daughters or whatever, you're lying.
Those are broken promises, and I understand your anger in it because you not only selected that school, you not only fund that school, you not only make trips up and down to that school, but they didn't hold up their end of the bargain when they expect you to pay their financial portions on time.
Absolutely. They will send you notices and notifications if you behind on a payment. Okay, so and I'm going to wrap it up here, but this is what I'm saying is, I'm glad you gave me this platform today. I have, like I said, and I'm not going to get off of it until these young men get back on the field, and they can save their season, whether win or lose. You want everybody that you can on the field. They enter Southern Conference play in 2 weeks. Okay. So, and that's what really matters to the CIAA. Win in your conference, win in your division. Then you have a chance. Okay? Listen, they come up, the bully this. I called the president back again, and I left a message and told him no need to call me back because I know you're going to lie to me. I'm taking it to the next level. I've contacted several news outlets. And we just going on NCAA. We just going all in. Now, you don't want an NCAA investigation on your campus? You better get this thing right. Stop. Don't try to double talk me. I know when somebody is trying to pull something over my eyes. Okay. Plus, I'm looking for results now. I'm not looking to be patronized. Don't patronize me. I'm looking for. When I call down there and I talk or I send Coach Chavis a text, I want him to tell me all my guys are back.
Right.
That's what I want. That's what I want to. I don't want to keep hearing. I don't want to keep getting calls and texts while I'm out there coaching my football game up here, saying, "Coach, please call me because they're doing it again."
Right. Right.
So I'm pissed about it. People, I've contacted the CIAA commissioner. She hasn't responded back because folks don't care. Folks don't care until you start raising hell. All right. Well, now I'm raising hell.
But as soon as you stop paying the money, then all of a sudden they want to remove him from schools. Absolutely.
This man needs to be removed. His assistant AD, which his name is Leon Carrington, he needs to be removed. The compliance officer, she needs to be replaced. They have just failed these young men down there. And I'm not stopping until we get results, man. I'm not. He didn't mess with the right one. I didn't raise a whole bunch of hell in the previous years because of the simple fact that my son was an underclassman. His desire was not to transfer because he was afraid his credits wouldn't transfer and he wanted to get his degree on time. And
Right.
so I didn't raise a whole lot of hell because I know how vindictive people can be, and they would have been making it hard for him to get his money because he's getting academic money and football money. I didn't want nothing to stand in that way. But now he's safe. His money is secure. He's going to graduate in May, and the hell with them. I'm going all in.
I know that's right. That's coach right there. Now, I will say this. For all of the student athletes, be it freshmen, be it sophomore, or the transferring seniors in, the damage done in this time frame is irreparable. The school has to be held accountable. Heads need to roll. People, we need to get your voice. That's right. He came to the right place because you at home got a voice. This could be your son or your daughter. This could be your school or your program. It goes into you doing your due diligence about where they are and what's going on. You made a valid point. When the recruiters come in and they promise you the world and, hey, man, bring your kid to our school. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. We do that. They don't tell you about these type of things. These things get swept under the rug. You got a chance to speak out. Get in contact with the powers that be at St. Augustine's because something has to be done. Some of these great players down there got aspirations on doing something athletically beyond college. They may not have the opportunity to do that if they have these issues continuing on in their program. This needs to be dealt with. Now, I noticed you touched base about some issues with the track, but here it is. We get ready to roll into October. You talking about players having still gone through the clarification process?
Right.
That's,
Absolutely. I got
school started back, what, mid-August?
I got parents. I had parents, a couple parents pull me up down there Saturday, and they want to thank me for being a voice for their kids. A lot of people don't know the steps to take. But I'm saying this now, just to be clear, this is St. Augustine in Raleigh, North Carolina. This is not St. Augustine in Florida. This is St. Augustine, the HBCU in Raleigh, North Carolina. So when you address these things, please I'm going to type his phone number in. I'm going to type the email in. Flood these people down there. Make them block calls. I don't care. But this needs to stop. It needs to stop immediately. And they need to get these guys, because of red tape and laziness and plain triflingness, these young athletes are not on the field. They competed last week with Virginia State, and they only had 14 defensive players, man. Come on. Give them a chance. Give them a chance. Give them a chance. You got 80% of their defensive starters sitting on the sideline waiting for them to clear paperwork. Are you kidding me? That's right. Ridiculous.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's put the word out. I'm going to shoot this around the Voice Sports universe. We got more than 150 groups around the country. Somebody make some noise, call these people, and justify things for these boys. It may not be your school, but I'm telling you right now, your voice does matter. Thank you, Coach, man.
All right. Thank you, my friend, as always.
I'm going to ride with you, bro.
I appreciate it.
Keep his head up.
All right.
My man. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, on a magnificent Monday, we got to dress. These schools can't continue to do this. That's why we always tell you, parents, do your due diligence. Not just in where you send your kids, what's going on in the programs, but once they're there, you have to keep your eye on what's going on, because the kids will accept things because the coach will come to them and say, this is how it goes. Well, no, it's not how it's supposed to go. This is a major issue. You got freshmen who probably sitting saying to themselves, man, I'm ready to go to college. This is their big time. This is their big time. This is their big time. Some of them have, you know how many kids don't make the transition from high school to college? And you finally have kids who get to college and got to go through this mess, but you still get charged like you still get charged like it's red carpet. No. If you stop the payments, then they want to remove them from the school. Hey, you got your bread, do what you said. Yo, wow, that might be something they be screaming at the march. You got your bread, now do what you said. These kids supposed to be out there on the field. They supposed to have access to the weight room. They supposed to have film. They supposed to be able to get themselves a college level football experience while they're developing everything else mentally as they move through and to get their degrees and what have you. We know it's a lot of games being played, but if you don't voice them, you become a victim. If you don't voice them, you become a victim. I'm going to share this around the country as always, but I'm inspiring many of you parents at home that if you get a chance to make this phone call, you need to call these people and call these people and call these people and call these people. Man, I ought to dial that number right now. That boy, hey, as many kids as we fight to get in school, to go through that, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Man. Man, oh man. I got a couple more announcements. We're going to run down the line. As always, the lines is open. Shouts out to me, the great people moving around the country. I see my man James Davis up here. Thing got my blood boiling. Man. Special shouts out to our sponsors again, Pick6Academy.org. Pick6Academy.org. Man, get in contact with Host Pank today at 202-425-4438. And the incredible organic energy drink, the proud sponsor of Voice Sports, Drink Cray. Go to the website at drinkKra.com today. Also, the law offices of Sandra M. Douglas specialize in estate, family, and criminal law. She's one of the best I ever seen, one of the best you ever saw, servicing D.C. and Maryland in the field of law. Get in contact with her today. If you haven't seen the commercial, bruh, get with her today. A lot of our juveniles out here are going to run into the laws and the powers that be throughout the course of their juvenile lives, whether they did it or they didn't do it. The statistics state 1 in 3 student athletes will run into a situation with a law enforcement officer. If you're going to go into that situation, don't go in there getting these court appointments just because they quote unquote free. Well, let me help you understand something. If you're not paying them, who are? The court system. So in essence, you find yourself taking probation, you on some type of monitorized thing. They're going to want you to plead to something. They're going to want you to cop to something. If you didn't do it, they want you to do some time like you did do it. Get you a real lawyer. Because at the end of the day, if something transpires, it's going to follow you and you won't be able to do the things you want to do when it comes time to go to college. They're going to ask you got a criminal record that's going to be on your juvenile file and it's going to stop you. Get you a real lawyer. If you didn't do it, even if you did do it, get you a real lawyer. I'm telling you, give her a call today. That is 410-685-6181. 410-685-6181. Big events coming up that you get a chance to see the voice and a lot of great voice reporters doing some things all over the country. I'm going to run it down throughout the course of the week as we're going to talk more in depth. That's right. This Saturday at White Marsh Park. That's right, the Bowie Bulldogs homecoming from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. It's going to be great football all day. Woo! It's going down. And on top of that, rolling right into Sunday, September 29th, University of Maryland, T-Metro Maryland. Tryouts, the official ones. If you were a top 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade student athlete in the DMV, that's DC, Maryland, Virginia, hey, Baba Yaga. Come holler at your boy. Meet up with us at Capital One Bank. That's right on the big field, the same field the Terps get down and boogie on. The voice will be in the building. Get your information straight. Find out more about pre-registration. I'm telling you, it's like $20. Pre-register, I think it's free. Find out. Do your due diligence. Team MD Metro. Yep, Team MD Metro at gmail.com. Send them an email. I'll put the e-flyer up following the show. Get out to the football field. That following week, we roll out the Prince Frederick and party with the Eagles. That's right. As the Prince Frederick Eagles will be hosting a night game for that 13-14 U on Friday night, and then roll right into Saturday's games with a lot of the younger teams. The voice will be my man, the Hall of Fame, Chris Haynes. Of course, official Chris gonna be with me. We getting ready to turn it out. Some great people doing great things, and all you have to do is check out what we do. Then on top of that, you still roll right back around October 12th. DC Soul breaks out with their Hope in the Game. Hey, that thing gonna be live streamed, and you'll be able to check it out on Wingo TV. That's right, DC Soul. That's right, DC Basketball is here. DC Soul. My man, head coach Keith Walker, gonna do his thing. The team looks great. We've been going out to the practices and I checked out the players last week. My man King Slade gonna be with me. That's right, the King. King Slade gonna be with me, so we're gonna get that thing right. And you're gonna have a great opportunity to see some great stuff. Shouts out to StatStream.biz that'll be doing the video transfer of the live action game being transferred over to Wingo TV. Now check this out. This ain't your typical basketball game, DC Soul. With a name like that, it gotta have something funky to it. Now check this out. Picture walking into the auditorium, the big gym, and you got a go-go bag cranking in the corner. Go-go bag cranking in the corner. Opening players come out, we do our announcements, the players come out, get their thing going, and every segue, the bag cranking. Halftime, the band cranking, cheerleaders getting down off the crank. If you love DC like you love DC, you do not want to miss a DC Soul basketball game. And you got The Voice and King Slade in the building. Voice Sports, baby. We're going to turn it out for you. October 12th is the place to be. Now, on top of that, you got some great events coming up in the upcoming months. Whoa, my goodness. Richmond, Virginia, get ready. I'm telling you right now, the AYF Championships is going to be on and popping. The Voice reporters will be there. We're going to bring that thing to its knees. 3 great locations being played on the first day. 2 game spots on the second days. And you still got a lot of opportunities to be seen, voiced, and put out there. We are on the move. Roll out of that, and look, how can you downplay it? How can you downplay it and not say it? You roll right into Thanksgiving. Everybody parlay, everybody chill, everybody do their thing for real. But then, Thanksgiving weekend, 2 locations. And you know how the V be. Hey, look, and don't just be at 2 places, but do it like number 1. That's right, as we'll be going up to Gridiron Hard All-Star American Games. Shouts out to Ramey Sports Group, The Voice, and of course Official Chris will be in Columbus, Ohio, turning it out, doing what we do, and we're going to have a great time. Then we come back down. Check this out. While we're in Columbus, you got my man Eazy-E, the Marshall. That's right, Eazy-E, the Marshall, holding it down in North Carolina, of course, as the 7U championships take place under Showtime Athletics. You'll see the flyer for that as well. So two times on Thanksgiving, you can run into a Voice reporter and get seen and be on the scene as well, you dig? Now, we roll into December. What? The plot just thickens. Yes, because now everything quickens. You still have some great stuff going on as you have Battleground getting ready to take place. Battleground is going to be bananas. Of course, shouts out to my man Curtis Reese, Miss Kia Reese, doing some incredible things. And we still got some other things in the mix. Before we even start talking about AAU, before we start talking about the World Youth Championships, because the World Youth Championships is a whole nother monster in itself. As Fayetteville, North Carolina will be lit, and Official Chris will be in to talk to us a little more this week to give you the design details behind this. If you don't know, you need to go to the Voice Sports page, go in there, drop a message. We get you right. I'm telling you, we're going to have this thing popping and everybody's going to be ready. But for the most part, you have an opportunity to get ready for it, because as by December 21st, you still got the Maryland Crab Bowl ready to kick off. Now this time, let me do this. This time last year, the Maryland Crab Bowl was in a whole different state. When I say different state, I ain't talking about like DC, Maryland, Virginia. I'm talking about a whole nother place. Tony was recovering. Yo, after 11 months of grinding, there's going to be some outstanding adjustments made to the Maryland Crab Bowl that you would not want to be left out of. Whether you're a high school senior or whether you are a youth participating in the youth game, it's going to be a difference because this year's Crab Bowl is going to be V'd up. Don't get it twisted. Make sure you find out about the Maryland Crab Bowl. The Capital Bowl will be played in January, and a lot of great stuff taking place. Shouts out to my man Rusty Noel and the True Talent Games taking place. Shouts out to my man Brent Cooper doing his thing down in Texas. Got to holler at my man Kenny Long and get the details on that as well. So many great things taking place, and you have an opportunity to do so. But I don't want to digress too far away from the initial conversation, which is the one that was held with Coach Cal. And I'm going to say this to you, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of you work very, very, very hard to get your kids to a place where they can go to college, period. Now, when they go to college or you select a college, you want to go in understanding that you are going to get the best experience for your money. Some kids get a full scholarship. You could accept that if it was a full ride, but you're paying a good piece of change for that. So if you're going to pay a good piece of change for that, make sure they do what they're supposed to do. And in reference to this issue that was brought up to me today by the legend, Coach Cal Montgomery, support. He put the information down in the contacts boxes. Let's get on the phone and let's let these folks know you can't do these kids like this. You can't do these kids like this, whether they're a transfer, whether they're a 4-year student, or whether this is their first freshman year. You telling me the players can't practice? They got to practice like a rec league team. They don't have access to the field. They can't work out. They don't have access to the weight room. More than 40% of the team can't even play because their paperwork hasn't been completed. And we're getting ready to roll into October. I'm going to say it slow. We're getting ready to roll into October. That stuff supposed to have been done back in end of July, early August. How you been on campus a month and a half and your paperwork ain't together? How'd you put your classes schedule together if your everything comes back to the last 4 of your social says you're not even technically in school right? It's a joke. And on behalf of my man Coach Cal Montgomery and all the student athletes down there, my man CJ, who I know busts his butt to be the best he can be every play, no matter whether it's Division I, Division II, or Division III, they deserve a fair shot at their education. And if football or basketball or track or whatever sport it is helped to pay a supplemental portion of that educational experience, it need to be done correctly. Get on the phone today, people. Give these folks a call. I don't like to start no rebel rousery, but I tell you what, I will be an activist and protest this school just for the fact that it needs to be done. I don't want to hear all HBCU. I don't want to hear all that. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Stop trying to throw color codes on stuff. Right is right and wrong is wrong. I don't care if you went to Princeton and it happened. You would have a seizure if it happened at Princeton. You would have a fit if it happened at Yale. It'd probably be on CNN by now if it happened at any one of them big schools. But because it's a small HBCU, Division II, and figure nobody say nothing to get away with murder, and that's what I think is really bothering Coach Cal about it, and I'm behind him on it. Let's get on the phone, people. Let's get on these emails. Let's start asking the questions. Let's look into it. Because I tell you what, when it's your son or your daughter, you're going to want somebody there with you. And I'm not trying to be the voice. I'm not trying to be the voice of rah. Go all Al Sharpton on you. They just do that to Al Sharpton. Yo, use your voice. We are getting closer and closer to the year 2020. 2020 is a year of perfect vision. You need to be able to see where you're going. You need to know who you rocking with. You need to see things clearly. We getting ready to roll in 2020. Hey, I don't want to take away from today's show, but I will say this. We'll be back on Talk to Me Tuesday with all the scores, the rundowns on everything from the NFL, local football on the high school level, as well as the insight on what took place up at the football field on Saturday, as well as we still have scores coming in from Sunday. Typically, I don't do shows on Monday because we're still doing data collection, editing videos, and editing pictures. But I will give it to you like this. When it's time for something to be said, somebody needs to say it. Maybe today it needs to be you. Get on the phone with these people and let them know at this school it's not going unseen, and it's definitely not going unheard, because we're going to put it out there. VOYCE Sports. Viewing our youth consistently everywhere is what we do, and we're going to make sure everything's done correctly. Why? Because it's for the benefit of you. Let's go at it. You guys have an incredible day. Take positivity with you wherever you go. Treat people right, and they will return it and so. You know why? Old friend always told me, life is like a computer. If you put garbage in, you get garbage out. But if you put your best foot forward, you should get all of that back and then some. This is what we want to do. And if you have an injustice where you putting your best foot forward and you're not getting back what you're supposed to, it's time to get on the phones. It's time to get on them emails. It's time to let the world know, because you're hurting the kids, whether they're a senior or a freshman, sophomore or junior. You hurting. Let's get out here. Let's spread the word. You too have a voice. Be good.